Well, believe me, that I had some rough and tumble and tough times in Siemens too. You don't become a leader unless you're able to build some resilience and experience some of those tough times. I remember one of mine having to close a factory in Birmingham. Where those sorts of jobs were much appreciated, and so you have to experience the tough times. Now, look, I'll be honest with you. I hadn't experienced anything quite like the manufacturing and indeed the whole business community has been through over the last 5 years. I mean, and it's just been one thing after the next, hasn't it? We don't need to list them all, but it sort of seemed to start with Brexit, hit COVID, energy crisis, no staff availability. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Now, look, I think in those tough times, there are a few leadership skills you can apply. And the sort of two that I would particularly point to is, in my view, it was always when things got really tough, when things were going fast, when things were so difficult, I always felt it was time for leaders to slow down. So, in fast, difficult times, slow down, think, be cautious. Of course, you sometimes are just caught and you have to make a fast decision, but generally, an environment of we can manage this, we can get through this, have some optimism that in the end we will be fine. We will find a way through these difficult times. So I think that would be one thing. And the other thing I think is to provide a safer environment for people as you possibly can. Now, look, that might not always be possible, um, but to say, look, we're going to do the right things in this company. We're going to be responsible. And I think, for example, of the last few years, I think the national conversation has got very difficult on this so-called woke agenda. I think people of my community, the LGBT community, have felt under attack. I think particularly the trans community have. It's been horrible. So therefore, in your company, to say to people, in this company, we don't have those type of divisive debates. This is inclusive. You're safe. Everybody is welcome. And I think people really value that when the going gets tough.